Hey yo, what's goody everybody? Today's topic, the golden rule. The golden rule, a classic statement that many of us would approve. So today, we're applying this to our lives through and through. Today's three focuses is meaning, reflection, and how to apply. So now that we're live, let's dive. Point number one, definition. The golden rule, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So instead of waiting for someone to show us, let's set the precedent with what we do. Be the example. The Rooney family, the original owners of the Steelers since 1933. They're known for creating an organization centered around consistency, continuity, and diversity. The NFL has struggled with diversity at the head coach position for many years, so the Rooney family proposed a rule that was accepted in 2003 by their peers. The rule's purpose is to ensure that minority coaches would be considered for high-level coaching positions. The Steelers stuck their neck out, displayed their culture, and became an example. Now with the most tenured coach in the league who is black, they're the prime example. First is our family and friends. They're our first circle of defense. But if we treat them poorly, our barrier will only condense. We could lie, cheat, or steal, or even do something minor like tell a fib. But if they did that to us, it would feel like a punch to the rib. If we're too full of ourselves, we won't change from our neglect. But if the tables were turned, that's not the respect we would expect. When people give you favor, you cannot take it for granted. Because if you treat them less than, they will eventually leave you stranded. Next are our enemies. Sometimes we may even feel they deserve it. After all, they harmed us. This get back's going to be totally worth it. But that mindset's rooted in revenge. It will only continue to spawn hatred. So instead of ending the madness, a chasm of resentment is created. But before this confrontation ever existed, we would have just asked for forgiveness. So until somebody becomes the bigger person, it will continue to remain in sickness. Lastly is our environment. The people you don't know but are passively watching. In a society where we learn primarily on sight, people are gauging what is and isn't acceptable in the light. We want our houses clean, but we'll leave litter on the streets. And we'll ride one car's tail when we know we shouldn't speed. If one student talks back, the others feel like they have authority too. But deep down, even the kids know what they should and shouldn't do. The golden rule can be applied to so many situations, whether it's big or small. So in point number two, we're going over how this rule has an effect on it all. Point number two, hypocrisy. We all want to be treated fairly, but in a world of imperfection, that's impossible to attain. But just because that's unattainable doesn't mean we should add to the pain. It's all about fairness. Dr. Suess, the legendary author of our classic children's novels, he gave us so many lessons through his stories of happiness, sorrow, and joy. He said, a person's a person, no matter how small. So regardless of who we think we might be, we need to be kind and courteous to all. The first key is support. While this person only supports themselves, this person supports others. We all love support, whether it's from the media, family, or friends. But this person's too absorbed in their being, so they'll only continue to descend, subconsciously forming one-sided relationships because they're unaware of others. They'll constantly ask for help, but they're never there for their sisters or brothers. Now with no support beings from anything concrete, they'll rely on the internet for validation, but they'll never be complete. Meanwhile, this person is aware and refuses to retreat. Their mentality is rooted in, do unto others what you will want done unto you. So instead of second guessing, they'll never hesitate on what to do. The second key is dependability. While this person's flaky, this person's reliable. Most people aren't trying to intentionally be flaky, but the issue is they don't hold as much value in the meaning that you're making. If they create the invite, they expect everybody to show out. But if they think it's meaningless, they'll find anything to put their arrival in doubt. A selfish mentality of, I only do me. Now their friends are a revolving door of no consistency. But this person knows what it means to be reliable. Even though they might not value this event as highly as their friends, they understand the importance of this to them. So they'll always try to show out. They'll never pretend. The final key is individuality. while this person follows the crowd. This person's firm in their morals. We all know what we should and shouldn't do and how we should behave. But if someone else does it, a lot of them will cave. Littering, driving, belittling, or talking out of turn. Since one person did it, they'll normalize it instead of address the concern. Meanwhile, this person could care less. They dictate their actions, not them. Because it doesn't matter what they think. Internally, they're saying, these are my actions. If I follow them, I would feel condemned. So now that we've identified how to improve ourselves, in point number 3, we go over how to put this on display for everyone else. Point number 3, application. We now know the golden rule and how to improve our being. So now we're applying what we've learned for the world to see. We're being role models. Chris Hemsworth, award-winning actor, most known for playing Thor in the Marvel Universe. But before he became a hero on the big screen, his parents showed him what a hero is supposed to be. He says, growing up, my parents were my heroes in the way they conducted their lives. So now it's our chance, with everybody watching, to be that in their eyes. Our family and friends, they're the group of people that deserve it most, because they're the people you rely on as you continue to grow. Be reliable, support them, pick them up whenever they're down, because they're your first line of defense. Don't let their crown touch the ground. When it comes to enemies, they could rub you the wrong way, but hit them with the reverse and respond with something positive to say. Instead of hurting, help. Instead of neglecting, protect. Your dose of friendliness could surprise them and have a lasting effect. Lastly is our environment. Be the example. Although you're just going about your day, normally somebody is seeing what you're doing. And even though it might be something minor, you could be the glimmer of hope that they're pursuing. Hold the door open, pick up the trash, or simply smile and give someone a wave. Because even though those actions are small, it could spark a wildfire of happiness that's contagious to everyone's day. So in conclusion, the golden rule should apply to everyone, both me and you. Because if the world followed it, our conflicts will fall drastically from many to few. So ignore your neighbor's actions, go out and be the example, be the igniter, because all it takes is one light for us all to shine brighter. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please feel free to check out the channel and subscribe, because there's more in store. From one witness to another, you are special. Hook out.